I might add a bit of white to this as well. So I'm gonna take a little. Hi guys, welcome to Paint for Fun. So today I'm gonna show you how to do this colorful rainbow tree for kids. So for the parents at home that are with their children and the children are getting a little bored, you can make them paint this tutorial. It's super fun, super easy. We're gonna need some primary colors. So we have red, blue, yellow, and we have black and white as well. We're gonna use 3 brushes for this. So we have a medium flat brush, we have a medium round brush, and we also have a small round brush, okay? We have our container of water, so let's get started. I'm gonna start with the medium round brush, and I'm gonna wet it a little bit. I'm gonna start with a light blue. So take a little bit of blue paint, mix it with a little bit of white paint, get a nice light blue. Keep in mind, you can do this with any color you have lying around. So if you don't necessarily have these exact colors, you can use any color you want. Now we're gonna start with the background of the tree, the leaves. So we're gonna keep the shape pretty oval. It's not gonna be a perfect oval shape, but we're gonna kind of imagine an oval shape where we're gonna start dabbing. Okay, so just dab it around here. Keep it really, really random, your shape. So you're gonna have some areas that peek out, dip in, peek out again. So we're gonna create some leaves here. Right now it might not look like too much, but it'll come together in the end. So that's pretty much it. This is like a quick little painting that goes pretty fast. All right, so next color we're gonna apply is some purple. I'm gonna rinse out my brush. So that light blue that we just had, we're gonna take a little bit of that and we're going to take another section. I'm gonna mix a little bit more. Add a bit of red to it. So now we're gonna get a purple tone. I'm gonna add a bit more white to make it a little bit lighter. Same principle. We're gonna start dabbing with this purple color wherever you want on your canvas. You could go over the blue a little bit if you want. Go a little bit lower. Always dabbing. All right. And I'm gonna stop about here. Rinse out my brush one more time. So now I'm gonna start mixing some red in there. So I'm gonna take a little bit of red, tiny bit of white. We still wanna keep it dark. And we're gonna start adding another layer of color right next to the purple. You could go over the purple a little bit. Again, always dabbing. Go a little bit lower if you want. Keep that shape really random. Have fun with it. All right, and maybe add a little more red. And keep dotting. So if you have a bigger canvas, work on that. If you have a smaller one, even if you don't even have a canvas, you can do this on paper as well. So whatever you have lying around the house that you can paint on, you can work with. All right, so I'm gonna stop there again, re-rinse my brush. We're gonna go with a little bit of yellow now. So we're gonna take some yellow paint, mix it with some white, and again, keep dabbing. So because the red paint is still wet, you're gonna start getting a little bit of this orange color now. Okay, so you're gonna have all these different colors. You're gonna have some sections that are a little more yellow, some sections that are a little more orange. Okay, stop there, re-rinse. I'm gonna go for a light pink now. So take a bit more of that white. If you have leftover red on the side of your plate, mix it together. And start dabbing just in the bottom corner here. Very gently. So as you see that shape, it's really kind of like an oval, but I'm kind of keeping it like an arc at the same time. So we're gonna work our way from one end of the canvas to the other. Kind of dip down a little bit here. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. Again, re-rinse. I might add a bit of a green now. So I'm gonna take some of the light blue that I had. If you don't have any more, you can mix a little bit more. You don't need too much paint for this. Take a little bit of that yellow color, add it in there. I'm gonna go a bit lighter, so add some white. So yellow, blue, and a bit of white, that makes green. I'm gonna start dabbing just here at the top corner. Little section up here. If you want to add some next to the blue down here, you can as well, because they're in the same family of color. Okay. So we're going to continue adding a bit more color afterwards. We're just going to do a bit of a splatter effect once we're done with all the branches. So I'm going to stop here for now. Just mix that in a bit more. And okay, so I'm gonna keep this as is. Now, rinse out your brush. And we're gonna move on to the medium brush now. So I'm gonna take the medium flat brush, dip it in a little bit of water, take a little bit of black paint. I'm gonna start doing the trunk of the tree, okay? So the trunk of the tree is gonna start a little bit thicker and it's gonna get thinner towards the top. So what I do is just start drawing a line, and you could start making it a little bit more crooked at the top. Start down here, thicken it a little bit, and there we go. There's your trunk. Okay. Now you could start doing your little branches wherever you want. Now, if you want to switch and use the very small brush for your little branches, you can. If you want to use the medium brush, if you're working bigger, you can as well. What I do is I always start from the trunk. They always get a little bit thicker where they attach to the trunk. And then I slowly pick up my brush like this to create a nice little crooked branch. Okay? And you could do the same there. And on the other side as well. So I always leave my wrist really loose. Get a little bit more water on that brush, rinse it out a bit more. A little more black paint. And I could start working on the opposite side. Again, if you want to switch to the small brush at any point, you can, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. I'm going to switch to it now and just show you how to create some little branches. Take a little bit more of that black paint and start making all of these little branches wherever you want on your tree. Okay. Another one here, just thicken this one a little bit, and another little one. So I'm just pulling it very slightly. Just like so. A little more paint. I'm not gonna add too many branches, but just a couple more. And then we're gonna continue with the splatter effect. Down here. Okay. Even if some branches overlap, that's totally fine. And maybe down here. All right. So I'm gonna leave that as is. Maybe I'll just thicken the sky a little bit. And there we go. All right, so this is the fun part now. We're gonna rinse out the medium brush, medium flat brush, and we're gonna pick up more paint. So we're gonna start with the yellow color. Take a little bit of yellow and white. I'm gonna add a few drops of water to that. Okay, so now the paint's gonna become really watery. What we wanna do is get really close to the canvas and start splattering it on. Okay, so you're gonna start getting all these little fun dots everywhere. We'll make it a little more abstract looking. You could even go on the other side. And we're gonna stop there. Your finger's gonna get a little bit dirty, but that's okay. So we're gonna add a bit of red now with some water. Make it nice and liquidy. Same thing, get really close to your canvas and start spraying all these little dots. Okay, I'm gonna pick up a little more. So try to stay nice and close to your canvas or you might get paint everywhere. We don't want to get super messy. We're gonna go with a little bit of blue and white now. Same thing, so blue, white, add a bit of water to that. Make it nice and watery. And get close to that canvas and start spraying. Okay, and finally, I might add a bit of white to this as well. So I'm going to take a little bit of white, just plain white, some water, make it nice and liquidy, and go back and add a few little white dots to it. Take a little more. Okay, so what I can do now, just highlight the trunk a little bit. So I'm going to take my same medium brush, take a little bit of white paint, and just go over one side of the trunk here, giving it a bit of a highlight. And that's about it. So we're gonna just make a couple lines there. And there you have it. So this is a nice, fun little easy rainbow tree that you can do if you're bored at home and you ran out of ideas of how to keep yourself busy. So try this out. I'd love to see your results. Post them. And thanks for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe to the page. If you have any ideas of subjects that you'd like to paint, leave a comment below and I'd love to hear them. Thanks. Have a good day.